has there been any evidence of actual election fraud in California?
Hey, Mel, so we'll definitely just start there. There is no evidence of election fraud in California.
That is where 64-year-old Brenda Armstrong would go down to. She was also known as Annika. Federal prosecutors say she would go down to Skid Row, find homeless people, get them registered to vote.
There was a public reporting of an undercover video of her on video paying homeless people to register to vote. This is an example of election fraud, and this is not merely an allegation. She has admitted guilt.
Karen Bass, or Nithya Raman?
Karen.
Karen? They told you to vote for Karen?
Yeah.
How much they pay you?
It was like $2.
$2? How much they pay you?
$5.
And they said, here, come and vote for these candidates?
Yes, sir.
They told you who to vote for?
So my question is, how do you go from getting third place in your own district to 5 days later beating out Spencer Pratt? Something just doesn't make sense. All right, guys, we have a lot to get into today. Let's start with this woman who is charged with voter fraud.
Brenda Lee Brown Armstrong made her initial court appearance this morning. Case stems from a video made by conservative activist James O'Keefe. It appears to show Armstrong and others paying homeless people to register to vote and then signing various petitions.
And yes, James O'Keefe is the source of that video. There was a public reporting of an undercover video of her on video paying homeless people to register to vote. This is an example of election fraud, and this is not merely an allegation. She has admitted guilt. She will be appearing in court at 10 o'clock this morning, and she has agreed to enter a plea of guilty at the appropriate time.
All right, guys, so as we can clearly see, there is voter fraud. That's no longer a debate. It's been caught on video. We know that the Democratic Party is cheating in these elections. This California woman, she was charged with paying homeless to register to vote.
Petitioner Brenda Brown hands cash money to the homeless person, not only for signing the California ballot initiative, but also as payment for them to register to vote.
Now, because you haven't registered, I need to register you so I can get paid too. I'm paying you guys, I need to get paid. Come on,
That is a federal felony. And it didn't just happen once. It happened over and over and over again. We personally witnessed and covertly filmed this happening at least 28 times over the span of our investigation. And that is just in Los Angeles.
Sometimes even suggesting her former homes and addresses to claim as their own.
All right, guys, so there is the video proof that they are cheating in the California elections. This Brenda Brown, she was a petitioner who would go down to Skid Row and have these homeless people register to vote. And who do you think they're registering for? I guarantee you, these people have no clue who Spencer Pratt is, but Nithya Raman or Karen Bass, oh, I bet you will hear a lot about that. Now, the one thing I find really interesting is when she says, I need to get you registered to vote so I can get paid too. My question I have for you guys is, who do you think is paying her? Like, she is just the tip of the iceberg. It'll be interesting to figure out whether the DOJ is able to really get down and figure out how far this goes. Now, that video from James O'Keefe, that was actually done a few months ago. And so what I found was somebody just went down to Skid Row now during the election. Remember when Nithya Raman was really behind, but all of a sudden made a comeback? Well, check out this video of someone going down to Skid Row and asking them specifically if they've ever been asked to register to vote and who would they vote for.
So they say, oh, do you want to vote for Karen or Nithya? Or they just really just tell you to vote for Karen, huh?
Yeah, it was her, man.
Oh, did you vote?
Yeah.
Oh, you did for Karen Bass?
Yeah.
Down here and try and pay you to vote?
Yes. Karen Bass. Right. That's her last name, Bass?
Karen Bass, or Nithya Raman?
Karen.
Karen? They told you to vote for Karen?
Yeah. They had to sign a little thing.
And how much they pay you?
It was like $2.
$2? Oh, to sign off on a thing to vote for her?
Yeah.
Oh, on a ballot?
Yes.
Oh, they just how much they pay you?
$5.
Oh, they said, here, come and vote for these candidates?
Yes, sir.
They told you who to vote for?
Yeah.
Wow. So they told you to vote for Karen Bass or Nithya Raman?
Karen Bass.
Did you vote for Karen Bass?
Yeah.
For $5?
They gave you an optionable choice, but they tell you who they want you to vote for.
Or they tell you who you want to vote for. It's like, yo, we'll give you $2, but you got to vote for one of these people.
Well, you know, I'm a barterer, man. So I got $4.
You got what?
$4.
$4?
$4.
$4? Oh, you got.
Yeah, I don't. You know, since I'm voting your way, can I get a plate? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So $4. They're like, hey, you got to vote for one of these candidates, not Spencer. You do Karen or Nithya.
Yeah, well, it was that was the best one for me. I mean, that was the one I was suggested for. I don't give a fuck.
Got it. And you're like, yo, give me $4 and I'll do it.
Yeah.
Everybody out here?
Yeah, they come out here all the time.
How often do they come down? They say, oh, do you want to vote for Karen or Nithya? Or they just really just tell you to vote for Karen, huh?
Yeah, it was voting her, man.
Did you vote?
Yeah.
Oh, you did for Karen Bass?
Yeah.
Down here and try and pay you to vote?
Yes. Karen Bassett. Right.
Or
That's the last name, Bassett?
Karen Bass, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Nithya Raman?
Karen.
Karen? They told you to vote for Karen?
Yeah. They had to sign a little thing.
And how much they pay you?
It was like $2.
$2? Oh, to sign off on a thing to vote for her?
Yeah.
Oh, on a ballot?
Yes.
Oh, they just how much they pay you?
$5.
Oh, they said, here, come and vote for these candidates?
Yes, sir.
They told you who to vote for?
Yeah.
Wow. So they told you to vote for Karen Bass or Nithya Raman?
Karen Bass.
Did you vote for Karen Bass?
Yeah.
For $5?
Yeah, right there, guys. Right there. The one thing I find extremely sickening and disturbing is that these Democrats, they pretend like they're taking care of the homeless, when in fact, they're just using them. That's all they're doing. They've spent, $22 billion on the homeless? And yet, all these people are homeless? Come on, man. And then to top all that, they're going down there and they're paying these people money for their votes. That's all they care about, guys. We always knew that. And mainstream media, you know that too. You're just covering it up.
They went too much for it.
Or they tell you who you want to vote for. It's like, yo, we'll give you $2, but you got to vote for one of these people.
Well, you know, I'm a barterer, man. So I got $4.
You got what?
$4.
$4?
$4.
Oh, you got.
Yeah, I don't. You know, since I'm voting your way, can I get a plate? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So $4. They're like, hey, you got to vote for one of these candidates, not Spencer. You do Karen or Nithya.
Yeah, well, it was that was the best one for me. I mean, that was the one I was suggested for. I don't give a fuck.
Got it. And you're like, yo, give me $4 and I'll do it.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
And so they do this for everybody out here?
Yeah, they come out here all the time.
How often do they come down here?
Probably like 3 times a week.
3 times a week?
You know,
to get the ballots?
Yeah.
Wow. And so you know other people too that voted too?
Actually, anybody that's registered,
Yeah.
half the motherfuckers down on parole or probation, but you know what it is. You know.
Man, that's crazy. I've seen people living
Life
out.
is today, man.
What happened?
Where it is down here now.
Yeah, guys. So there we go. We clearly have found the evidence that there is fraud going on in the elections in California. The Democratic Party is paying the homeless to get their vote. And the way the rules are set up in California is these guys don't even have to go and turn in their vote. They literally pay for them, they have them sign it, and then they take it and they drop it off themselves. Complete corruption. And yet, what are we told? There's no evidence, there's no corruption. Everything is perfectly fine. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to go back to election night on June 2nd. And I think you're going to agree with me that the first night of voting should really determine who is going to be the winner of the election, right? That's where the majority of the votes come in and you kind of get a clue of what's going to happen. Well, what I did is I went and I looked up Nithya Raman's own district on the night of the election on June 2nd. As you can see, guys, right here on June 2nd, Nithya Raman in her own district. These are the people who really know who she is. She was at 21%. Karen Bass was at 37%. Spencer Pratt at 30%. Nithya Raman was at 21%. Now, because she was at 21%, she knew it was over. She knew she was going to lose, and that's why she put out this concession speech. Now, you watch this speech and you tell me, is this somebody who knows they're going to win or somebody who knows they have lost?
I've been a candidate for something as long as you can remember. And you've had to live through it with me. And you've been so patient through all of it. Thank you. Kanan Kaveri, I hope you know that everything every person in this room is fighting for in this campaign has been about building a city that's worthy of you and every child in this city.
All right, so after watching that speech on election night, you let me know in the comments, is this somebody who knew they were going to lose? Or do you think that they had a feeling they may win? Was she acting or was she being genuine about this? Right? Because now if we look at her own district, right? So on the night of June 2nd, she's at 21%. June 9th, the day after the big batch comes out, I guess they just held on to the batch from her own district until June 9th. All of a sudden, she jumps up to number 1, 33.4%. I mean, come on, guys. We all know the very first night of the election is the most important. We all know that people don't make these huge comebacks like this. It's absolutely rigged. And then let's look at the citywide vote. If you look at Karen Bass and Spencer Pratt, right? This is how it usually ends up looking. There's a surge at the beginning, and as it's trickling down, you're still getting votes in, but you don't get as many votes as you did the very first night, right? So Karen Bass goes from 37% to 34%. Spencer Pratt, look at that. He goes from 30% on election night. It looks like he surges a little bit on June 2nd, and then the same trajectory, he starts to go down. But now let's look at Nithya Raman. She comes in at 21%. And look at that. As Bass is going down, Raman is going up. Look at that. June 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. And then on June 8th, she catches Spencer Pratt and then eventually takes the lead. You guys let me know what you think about this right here. How does two candidates have a surge at the beginning and slowly work their way down, but then all of a sudden Raman starts extremely low and then works her way up? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And the other question I have for you guys is, when you turned on mainstream media June 2nd to June 7th, what were they telling us? They're telling us that this could take weeks, right? We can't project a winner. It could take weeks before we really know who's going to win this thing. It may end up being all the way after the 4th of July before we know who wins. But yet, if we look at the graph on June 8th, where Raman passes Pratt, right? Literally the second that she passed Pratt, all the mainstream media had put a check mark by her name, declaring her the projected winner. From June 2nd to June 7th, there was no projections. You know, Spencer Pratt is up 30 to 21%. No, we have to wait. We have to wait and see. But as soon as Raman passes Pratt, we've projected a winner. You guys let me know what you think about this. It's like we've always known that there is cheating, there's rigging, President Trump has always been right, and the mainstream media is just a puppet for the Democratic Party. Now, of course, as soon as Nithya Raman, as soon as she's projected the winner, what did she do?
A few months ago, this campaign was a long shot, but what we did have was a vision for Los Angeles. A place where working people can build a future. That is the vision that we have for Los Angeles.
All right, so when she was going to lose, she's up there crying. She knew it was over. She was at 21%, and she knew that the chance of her winning was probably a better chance of going to Mars. But yet, 5 days later, all of these votes come in, and the interesting thing is Karen Bass's vote stops and starts going down. Nithya Raman's vote starts to climb. eventually surpassing Spencer Pratt. The whole thing is completely rigged. From beginning to end. They write the rules to get the end result. That's how they do it. They say, oh, it's not cheating, but yet the evidence is right in front of us. And to top it all off, Gavin Newsom, he actually passes a bill May 27th, 6 days before the general election. And what it was meant to do will absolutely shock you. I actually made another video that talks exactly about SB 73, so I do want to make sure that you check out that video after this one. But for now, I want to know exactly what you think about these stories. Do you think that these elections are fair? Do you think they're rigged? Do you think that they just don't play by the rules? All right, so with that said, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget, leave a comment. I'll make sure and go down there, read your comment, and send you a reply. And as always, God bless you, and God bless the USA. You take care.